Ready to Love Season 3, Episode 9. I loved Episode 9. It is the best episode so far. And for that, y'all, I come bearing gifts for Christmas, honey. You know this week is Christmas, so everybody is going to get a good review from me this week. I'm still trying to work out in my mind the whole Winter and Jay's situation, her asking for a kiss, but I think I got it. Okay, everybody, this week we'll get a glowing review and all praises from me this week because they were so good this week. There was even Joy. Denise about to do Denise. Girl, yes. Even though they're, maybe a little here. Welcome back to Church Girls Want to Get Married Too, babies. I missed y'all yesterday, girl. I was not feeling well. Look, I wore my shirt, Naughty Nice. I tried, girl. I got up at 3. I was working on my book. I answered some emails. I was not feeling well. I was down here listening to Cindy Trim with her prayers because I turn her on every morning, girl. I was feeling like, oh no. And I turned Fred Hammond on. I was like, I love Fred. And Fred will make me feel better. And Fred I was like, no, I wanted to throw up. You know what I realized, y'all? Vertigo. Vertigo was coming on because I have, over the last few years, I've been affected by vertigo. So now I know how to pick it up. I know when it's coming on. So usually I just have to be in the bed, okay? Go to the doctor for the doctor to give me medicine. And she said, oh, it's over the counter now. We could get it over the counter. So we keep it here. And because my husband too, he was away and he felt sick. So he went and he got it. So I realized it was vertigo coming on, and I just sat on the stairs and I yelled up the stairs, okay? Because this was like 4 o'clock in the morning for Mike to bring me down the medicine so I can feel better. And so I just stayed in bed all day, and I feel better. I feel better, girl, because I don't like to be down, honey, okay? I do not like to be down. I need to get up and work on my books and come talk to you, girl. And this week, Ready to Love, I absolutely love it. So we're going to talk about, I love who Denise is when she's with King Cal, okay, Kalfani. I absolutely love how soft she is, how feminine she is when she is with him. When Denise is with Kalfani, she's like she's a different woman, okay? And we won't talk about that. I want to thank you guys for your love and your support with my books. Let me tell you, I wrote my first book when I was 19 that I have not published it yet, okay? And I've been a published author for 10 years, okay? I've published my first book at 33. It took me 5 or 6 years to do it. And in all of my years, I have never even sold, I don't think, 50 books on Amazon in a year, much less in 1 month. So I appreciate it. I adore you guys. I thank you for your love. And so I was like struggling. Y'all know I don't like to struggle. I had to pray as a guy, I need you to speak to me. And he was like, talk to the people about your book. Tell them about your book. And my husband's in marketing. He says, call to action, Janice. Do you give the people a call to action? Call to action is go do this. So he said, no, you have to tell them, go to Amazon. Because I got that from my husband, okay? So I thank you for your love and your support. If you buy 2, where's the books? If you buy 2 books, either The Naked Wife or In Christ I Am and The 23 Times Guys You Met Me, email me the receipt, and when the new book comes out, you will get a free book, okay? It's talking about not wasting time with boyfriends. That's not the title. I don't want to give the title away because it's real catchy, so I don't want to give it away. But it's basically the subtopic is why waste time with boyfriends. How to not waste time with boyfriends if you want to be a wife. Okay, so you will get that free, but you have to email me the receipt, okay? janicehyltonblog@gmail.com. I'm working on my blog coming back up. So you email that. That's just for December only, okay? It's Christmas, so I want to give you guys something. Thank you. I want you, remember, I didn't come on yesterday, so give me a minute, okay? Remember to subscribe and thumbs up here. Remember my other channels, Study the Bible in 1 year. I need about 240 more people over there subscribe, and maybe by the end of the year, they'll approve my channel. And I have a new segment called "Girl, what you got to say about this?" Okay, this is something I started, but I didn't follow through because Ready to Love come on, and I'm stigmatized by Ready to Love. Okay, I love that show. I think it's an awesome show. So please be sure to go over there and to subscribe to my other channel and look out for this other channel. A lot of people email me about what T.I. said, thought hours. Woo, girl, I got something to say about that. But anyways, back to Denise and Kalfani. Okay, everybody's gonna get a good review from me this week. Okay, even though there's a couple of things I might want to touch on, but remember, ladies, we use what we see to apply to our dating lives. Okay, so when people come over here being all aggressive and man, oh my God, you don't like this one, you jealous. I just ignore them because that's not the purpose of this. The purpose is, especially for my single ladies that want to get married and dating, gathering data so you can make an informed decision. You can use what we see to learn from. Okay, that's even with the Bible. If you read the Bible says in Hebrews chapter 12, I believe, that we have a cloud of witnesses. Who are the cloud of witnesses? Abraham, Moses, David, Solomon, all of those people. So even with the Bible, when you read the Old Testament, you can say, oh, they're so stupid, girl. Don't do that, okay? Even though my father said we're just like the Israelites, okay? So we review the show, we talk about it, and we take what they do and we apply it to our dating lives, my single ladies, so we don't make those mistakes, okay? And so when Kalfani Denise is in Kalfani's Merry Christmas present, she melts like butter. Ooh, she melts like, do y'all see how she looked at him? Girls, if you can't look at your man you're dating for marriage like that, don't marry him. That's where the admire come from. Check out my 9 roles of a Christian wife. Number 2 is to admire. Okay, number 1 is respect. Number 2 is to admire. You just admire him. Like, this is how, you see how Denise look at Kalfani when she was sitting at Kalfani? She was sitting at that's how I look at my husband. Okay, like that. I just melt. He calls me brown sugar, okay? He said, I don't need you in the rain or tool in the hot sun because you will melt. And this is how I look at him because I admire my husband. I respect him. And he's an accomplished man, and I admire him. And so when Denise is in his presence, is Kalfani's present, even though I got changed his name, Kalfani is no more Kalfani, it's Kalfani. Okay, because what he said, my part 2 video, this is part 1, my part 2 video, I'm going to translate what he said for you ladies, okay? Because men are calculated. I keep telling y'all that. No. They are calculating. I'm going to show it to you in that video, okay? And I love the woman who she is when Denise is, when she's with Kalfani. It's Kalfani. She is very soft. She's very tender. She's very feminine. She's very ladylike. And she's soft and safe and protected when she's in his presence. The problem with Denise, though, is when she's not in his presence, when he's with somebody else, because this is the process of the show. And I don't think she really understood that. Okay, you come, you meet one man, and you got your claws in him, and he's my man. Okay, you my man. You not going nowhere. You my man. And we can't do that. What Denise is doing is what a 99.999% of single women do. You meet one man, you get your claws all in him, and you don't have the data on him. You've already put all your cards in on the table on him, and you don't even know what he's thinking about you. We're going to see what Kalfani is thinking about Denise when I do part 2, okay? So they were sitting at the dinner counter talking, and he said, Adrian came through really strong on a clutch or something, okay? And overtook Denise. Why? Initially, when he met Denise, she was soft, she was pretty. When they were on the swing, they were talking. As he got to know her and realized how aggressive and jealous she is, he's like, oop. He said, oh. And now here is Adriana saw that my only complaint with Adriana is I love her. She's beautiful, beautiful body. Very soft, very ladylike, very fair. However, I just think that Kalfani is not the one for her. I think that Rashid is the right guy for her. That's my only complaint with Adrienne. Okay, I don't have anything bad else to say about her. He said she overtook him. So you see, ladies, when you're dating, guys are dating several women. That's what they do. I don't care what they say. That is what they do. Okay, my daddy say man always got somebody, and I believed it, honey. So even when my husband told me he's gonna be exclusive with me, I was going along and still seeing who I need to see, because I ain't got no ring on my finger yet, and we haven't talked about you putting the ring on the finger yet. Okay, so that means you were at a 5, a 6, but somebody came and got to an 8, and they're gonna go with the 8, okay? Because the 8 person has more of what they want. He said he wants to see if that fire is still there. Okay? The fire is there. However, based on his calculation, okay? So he said he's saying this in his voice. So he said their assignment is to be vulnerable this week. So I am asking you out on a date. This is what he's saying to Denise. And I don't know how many of y'all hear that. When he said our assignment this week is to be vulnerable, she cuts him off and she said, how is that working for you? But he continued to speak and say, so I'm asking you out on a date. Ladies like Simone, when the men are speaking, you need to let them speak, okay? Don't cut him off. And this goes with anybody. People, I have to do that to my little boy all the time. He's 5. And sometimes I'm talking to Big Mike. And little Mike, Mommy, can you go downstairs and make me some hot chocolate? Or something like that. Or Daddy's speaking to me and he's talking to me. And I'm like, Michael, we have to stop him to say, Michael, Mommy's talking to Daddy, or Daddy's speaking to Mommy, and we wait. We do not cut people off, okay? And then my husband will say, that's a part about being a gentleman, okay? When other people are speaking, you wait for them to be finished, and then you ask your question or say what you have to say. Something a lot of people have to learn. If you are that person that cut people off, it's something you have to work on. In the back of your head, you got to think, don't cut him off. Let him finish, and then you speak, okay? Denise, when he said, excuse me, I'm asking you out on a date, pay attention to what she did now. That's the same thing I did. Listen to my little boy upstairs. I told him I was recording. She was sitting like this, and she turns. She said, oh, you asking me out on a date? And she's cheesing from ear to ear. And I'm like, why couldn't Denise be that person on the show this whole season? Because something Kalfani said last week or 2 weeks ago, he said, you have to be secure in what we have. This is a process. It's a process that we have to go through. And, all this yada, yada, yada. Well, that's what we say back home. Yada, yada, ray, ray, yada, 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 ray, ray. It's not going to work. Okay. She said, she turned. She said, oh, you what? Oh, you asking me out on a date? She's just cheesing from ear to ear. And he said, do you accept? And she says, yeah. You see me, right? She's just like, yeah, you see me, right? And I'm like, oh my God, she's melting, like she's melting in hot sun, girl, like the butter is just running over. In her voiceover, she says, I am so happy, and cheesing from ear to ear. And she's laughing and she's grinning, and she asking, why are you laughing? And he says, because of the faces you make. And she was like, because I'm so happy. And she's fanning, and she said, I can't hide them. Y'all got to learn to hide them. You got to learn to hide them, ladies. But I understand, because the way she was with him was the way I was with Big Mike when we were in the supermarket. I've shared this before, and how one of my biggest is I need to feel safe with the man I'm with. I need to feel safe and I need to feel secure. Okay, that's why I can't marry a man that I got to pay the mortgage. I don't feel safe and I don't feel secure. Okay. And I have to marry him. I have to trust him. I have to be able to trust him with my life, okay, and my daughter. And we were in the supermarket, and he had the cart in one hand, and he held my hand with the other hand. And he was going around the store picking up what he needed to. I think that's the first time he cooked for me. He invited a couple of his friends over, and he made dinner on the patio. Is that what it's called? He was a high up, so yeah. And whenever he got to whatever he wanted, he would put the basket down and picked up what he needed with his left hand. He never let my hand go. I remember that on the ground. Pretty top, tight, skinny, tight jeans and heels, girl. I was just walking around the store like that. And I thought to myself, I said, I like this. I like how I feel safe and I feel secure. And I love this moment with Denise and Kalfani because I remember that. And I wish Denise could have been like this throughout the whole process. But this is why, ladies, we need to work on those things all the way back here. Because if we don't work on them, those things are going to come up. They're going to float to the top. If Denise was who she was when she was with Kalfani at the counter, Adriana would have never stood a chance. She wouldn't have said it because she would be that soft, ladylike, very feminine type of person. In my mentorship class, for those of you who want to sign up for my mentorship beginning in January, hopefully if I get this website set up, is we're going to talk about those things that we need to deal with. Intimacy, see into me. What are those things that is inside of me that pops up all at the wrong time that might be keeping me away from attracting the type of man I want to attract? Okay, we're going to call it the shut-in, baby. Okay, ain't no time to be cute, pretty dresses and heels. We got to get to the bottom of those things that's always popping up to disrupt our destiny and the things that we're trying to achieve. And for Denise, if Denise don't get her aggressiveness, and I was listening to somebody last night, but I went to sleep. She said, oh, people need to learn to differentiate, my words, between being assertive and aggressive. Denise, sorry, girl, you was not assertive, you was aggressive. There's a difference between being assertive and aggressive. All right, ladies, this part is only about how she melts in his presence, who she is when she's with in his presence. I'm going to do part 2 to upload later. And we're going to talk about the date and what he said and how to understand how men are calculated. And ladies, this is why we also need to be calculated. Okay, we're too emotional. We're not using the part of our brain we need to calculate. And that's what Naya did. And a lot of y'all was mad with her. I was one of the only one that said, let him go. He's a filler in it. All right, I love you. Let me run because I got to make the other video. Be sure to subscribe and thumbs up here. Remember my other channel, Study the Bible 1 AM. 23 Tesla, guys, is available on Amazon. Thank you guys for your love and support. I did hit over 50 books this month, and I used the 50 because I've never done 50 before. Okay, thank you. Available on Amazon. In Christ I Am. If you're going to be doing my mentorship class, you need this book, okay? So talk about our identity in Christ, okay? And the 23 Tasks of the Naked Wife. A lot of women who choose wrong husbands end up becoming the naked wife, okay? Because when you choose wrong, he can't be the husband you need him to be. I love you. I appreciate the love and the support. Please be safe. Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate. Remember, for my girls that's dating, we're staying inside, okay? You're going to have a date, have a video date. Talk to him on the video. Please stay in the house. This coronavirus is taking people out left and right. And so what I'm encouraging you, let's do our part to bend the curve. We don't leave our house. The only time we leave is when we have to go to the supermarket. My husband is the one that goes to the supermarket. Well, he orders it. We order on the computer. He picks it up. And this week I took the kids to Target to pick something. The baby, he wanted to go to Target to pick something up for my husband's birthday. But other than that, we stay in. We go for walks and stuff, but we're not going out, okay? Because we want to do our part in helping to bring the numbers. All right, girl, I love you. I got to go. Bye bye. Let me know what you think. Bye.